Hi, everyone, and welcome to this second video in our 3-week series on vocation. I might be having a weird hair day, but that doesn't mean we can't talk about vocation. Today, our topic is vocation as accompaniment, walking alongside one another and all of our neighbors. What does mission mean? How is our mission in the world accompaniment and learning from one another? There will be 3 short parts to this video. The first will talk about sort of the land acknowledgement, that component we began the conversation with on Sunday. Then we'll go into some more questions on what does accompaniment mean, sort of review themes from the conversation, and we'll end with the breath prayer once again. So without further ado, let's go. So to begin, I want to invite you to direct your attention actually to the description of this video, where you'll find 2 links. The first link, you can click and it will send you to a website that allows you to type in your zip code to discover more about the land that your house actually is on. You can type in your address or your zip code to learn a little bit more about the history of the land on which you stand, where your home is. You can learn the names of the indigenous people, the indigenous communities that lived on those lands, and still consider this land sacred and their home today. And then following that link, you can find another resource that has some more in-depth words and ideas on land acknowledgement to help you think about, what is the value of a land acknowledgement? How do we use it not as a tokenism or something we feel like we just have to do, but really something that can be a constant reminder of the broken covenants and the strained relationships that are still held within this land today. Would really encourage you to read through that resource and even give writing a land acknowledgement a try for yourself. It is so important to ask ourselves, have we done a land acknowledgement before? Why or why not? Do we know about the land on which we live and work and play and exist today? And why is that important to know? Why is that valuable? How does it encourage us to accompany? Which leads us to our question for today. How are our vocations, our long journeys of calling and learning more about our purpose, how are our vocations united with our mission of accompaniment? And while this conversation is best framed in a dialogue, I still think there are some questions I can present in this video form to help you think about this, and would love to hear your thoughts and reflections in comments below. Or if you want to reach out and have a conversation, I'd be happy to anytime. So just a couple questions on accompaniment. The first harkens back to vocation, maybe more specifically. It's what gifts, talents, or callings do you have or experience that point you towards revolutionary love, that idea that Valarie Kaur was talking about in her book? And I read the quote from her book during our gathering. How can we use who we are and the different things we are good at and inspired by and passionate about to make a difference in the world and to accompany and learn? In what specific ways could your mission, your purpose, look like accompaniment? And the wonderful thing is that no matter where we are, or no matter what we're doing, there are always going to be people in relationship with us, in community with us. And so there's an infinite amount of possibility to learn more about what accompaniment looks like, and by being ourselves and by listening to those around us and responding in a respectful, open-minded, mutual way, we live out our mission of accompaniment. And all of this begins with seeing our neighbors, every single person, every single part of creation around us, with a lens of wonder. If my glasses are the means by which accompaniment is viewed in the world, then this lens is wonder. I'm looking out and I'm seeing all of my neighbors as a part of me I do not yet know, but that I can get to know by accompanying them and by looking at them with wonder instead of judgment. So then the question is, what does it mean to look at our neighbors with wonder? What does that actually look like? We can think to our faith and the example we have in Jesus. How did Jesus accompany those around him? Again, what gifts, talents, and strengths do we have that can do something good and loving and in a spirit of accompaniment in the world? So I know these are a lot of deep questions, but it's something great to keep in the back of our minds as we do our day-to-day lives, because there are, again, unending possibilities to show love and kindness to those around us. So to conclude today, I want to guide us once again through the breath prayer, which is a spiritual practice that helps us remember that we are always taking in, exhaling breath, that we are present and a part of this interconnected world, and to remind us of God's presence amidst it all, always working towards love, always working towards this broader mission of accompaniment. So I invite you to either sit back in your chair or even lie on the ground. I have a yoga mat that I like to use for stretching, or when I do spiritual practices, to sit on the ground. It's a little chilly these days, but you could even pop in some earbuds and do this practice as you walk around outdoors, or I don't know, sit outside somehow. But listen to this breath prayer, and you can complete the practice whenever you'd like to break the silence. So let's begin. Breathe in the breath of God. Breathe out your cares and concerns. Breathe in the love of God. Breathe out your doubts and despairs. Breathe in the life of God. Breathe out your fears and frustrations. We sit quietly before the one who gives life and love to all creation. We sit in awe of the one who formed us in our mother's wombs. We sit at peace, surrounded by the one who fills every fiber of our being. Breathe in the breath of God. Breathe out your tensions and turmoil. Breathe in the love of God. Breathe out your haste and hurry. Breathe in the life of God. Breathe out your work and worry. We sit quietly before the one who gives life and love to all creation. We sit in awe of the one who formed us in our mother's wombs. We sit at peace, surrounded by the one who fills every fiber of our being. Amen.